Yes. Thank you for the applause. Welcome back to Forward Creators Podcast. My name is Warren, aka Pod A&R.
My name is Levert, aka Leverticus, aka Sweet Dick Willie.
Yo, it feels like so long since we've been doing this shit.
I think we out of practice, man.
Like, yeah, I was like, yo,
foreign.
Yeah, I forgot what the intro was and shit because we doing other projects and shit. So we took off what? Was it 2 weeks?
2 or 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah, it might have been like 3 weeks to because like I love doing a podcast, but just like shortly after we started doing it, I knew we wanted to do more than just a podcast. Mm-hmm. So we took a little bit of time off to do another project, and we'll definitely talk about that a little bit later on. But shit, it's 2021. Does that mean anything to you? Like, is it?
I got a bad feeling about this.
Man, I'm trying to stay positive, but I'm not gonna make any like
not COVID positive, right?
Nah, definitely not COVID positive. I'm not gonna make any like proclamations or say like certain shit is about to happen or say like I'm gonna do this and that. I'm just gonna try to just ride and ease my way into this year.
Right. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm not a New Year's resolution type of person or whatever. Mm-hmm. Especially this year, like I really feel like we've been like on a more professional level. I feel like we really kind of bossed up and like really start taking advantage of our creativity instead of bullshitting and like, and just procrastinating on everything. Like I think 2020 is like, I remember like my sister-in-law, she was talking about like, it's a whole bunch of rappers and people gonna be like, yeah, 2020, I got a clearer vision. All
everybody say, this is my year.
Yeah, this is my year. I got 2020 vision and all this other shit. And it's just like, COVID just kind of just fucked it up for a whole lot of people. But I only say this around certain people. 2020 has been a pretty good year for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I know
was a good year for you?
Yeah, it was. In certain aspects.
We in 2021 right now.
And I keep forgetting that. So it's going to take me a little while to adjust, but I honestly feel like this has been a great year for me professionally. Like I've had some personal setbacks. I've had some death, close friends or whatever. But aside from like those little setbacks and like not little setbacks, aside from those setbacks, I've been on a more professional level, on a more personal level, been bossing up and doing a whole lot more. And this podcast is a huge part of that. Like us getting together, doing this podcast and then bringing Marcus on and then us doing other projects outside the podcast.
Yeah.
I just feel great. And it's just like, we started because when was our first podcast together? You remember?
It was either in September or October.
Yeah, because we're like 17 episodes in right now.
17 or 18.
Yeah. This might be the 18th one. Yeah. So it's like us doing 18 episodes together. Like we really started doing things on a more consistent basis and starting other projects is just perfect. So I just want to continue this into 2021 and to be on for real.
I think for me, 2020, it will go down in history as the worst year of my life.
Worst year of your life?
Yeah, it was the worst year.
Yeah.
I just want to sweep it under the rug and like pour gasoline on it and light that shit on fire.
So you ready to just move on?
Hell yeah.
I mean, so do you think there's anything that you could get from this year that any positivity, do you think?
You mean last year?
Yeah, last year.
I know. I'm
You trying to get past it. I get
Your ass trying to take us back. Like, no. Like,
so 2020, is there anything that
2020, I would say like, it was, I would say toward the end of 2020 was more like the rebirth of my creativity.
Got you.
My creativity called me like a siren in the ocean, like saying like, you got to come back.
Got to come back.
And other things that was holding me back, or the perception of holding me back, they went to the wayside. The pandemic took care of those things.
Right.
And it just opened up this lane, like it parted the Red Sea. And it said, come here. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much, I'm gravitating toward that, and I'm having fun with it. So I would say toward the end of 2020, that's when I really started having fun. The beginning was fucking hell.
I mean, because knowing what I know about like what you've been through in 2020, I feel like you had a tough love version of what I'm having right now.
Yeah, I mean, take out the love part.
Right.
It was just tough. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It is what it is.
No, well, I say tough love is because, like, at the end of it, I mean, because of the person that you are, you're strong enough to withstand all the shit that happened this year. And I feel like as a creative person that I know you are a better creative at this point.
Man, the thing is, like,
A more productive creative, I would say.
my biggest issue that I've always had within my life is being a procrastinator.
Right. Me too.
And the thing is, like, just by being in this lane of a creative, like, this is where I fucking belong. Because the type of shit that we doing right now, and I'm like, my entire life has been preparing me for this stage of my life right now.
Right.
So it's like easier for me. Like, people can look at certain things that I do, and they're like, "Damn, that was dope." I'm like, that shit wasn't nothing. I downplay because I'm like,
Because you're used to it.
that shit wasn't nothing.
Nah, see, for me, I'm totally opposite.
Hey,
I've never been a creative person a day in my life. Well, not
there be
not
times,
on this level.
There be times you'll be all, and I'm like, on to the next. We got to do something even better than this. And I'm like, as a creative, like, because I've been in this lane for so long. But the thing is, I always let life get in front of me and try to stop me from my actual goals.
Right.
Instead of saying like, nah, fuck that shit. This is something that I want to really commit to.
Right.
Even though I am a person where it's hard to commit to something. But now that everything,
it was hard as fuck to try to get you to even do this fucking podcast.
I mean, we still in the probationary period. This is still a probationary period.
You could be saying that 5 years from now, we could be doing the same shit. We could be saying doing this.
Some marriages, they still in the probationary period. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you don't like that motherfucker. Sometimes you really want to eject.
Until something better come along, Levert's going to be on this podcast.
Hey, man. It's all about opportunities. Keep your options open. Even when it comes to relationships, don't fully commit. Don't commit to forever. Go to month to month.
I'm gonna sabotage your OnlyFans because I think once that shit pop off, you just gonna be out of here, yo. That shit's gonna be vacant.
Hey, I can do live from the OnlyFans. I can zoom in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wow.
Nah, but like seriously, like everything really changed this year, and now I'm looking at things and it's like everything that happened before that's the past. Fuck the past. I'm on to the future.
Yeah, I'm not a person that dwells on the past a whole lot. I think if this year had been a little bit tougher, I would have still been able to kind of roll with the punches. But it's just, and see, even with you, we've lived through this year together, and it's just like we have completely different perspectives on like what happened. Of course, we've had different things. You, in the beginning, when you got laid off from your job or whatever, I think you were super positive about that. You looked at it as an opportunity to be like liberated. Like you, like that was a shackle that was kind of just taken off of you. Mm-hmm. Are you still feeling like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, now it's grind time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The first part was what they call like the stages of
like grief and shit like that. Yeah.
Like acceptance or whatever. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Fuck all that. I was super excited because I felt like this has always been my calling. Mm-hmm. But different circumstances and the people around me, they're like, nah, you need to, you know what I'm saying, stay with a 9 to 5 and do this and that out of reflection of how they felt inside.
Right.
And I understood that. And I still love them and respect them.
Everything.
But I still think that I can do it. I always wanted to do shit my own way in a different way.
Right. Yeah.
That's why when it came to like being in relationships and shit, I felt like they were insignificant. They wasn't of importance because I haven't lived yet.
Got you.
I want to live, not just fucking exist.
Right.
And I felt like even though we would go to work every day, I was like, I don't belong here. Mm-hmm. I don't fucking belong here. Yeah. And then people will look at you out of perception of your job title or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I don't even know who the fuck I am.
Yeah, and me being at work, I don't know. Like, I really didn't know where I fit anywhere else, you know, because I've never been a person who had singing talent. I've never been a rapper. I've never been, and even like I've always had a mind to be a producer or like an engineer or something like that. But when I was growing up in the 90s, to be an audio engineer, you had to have fucking money. Mm-hmm. To be a producer, you had to have money. Like you had to have money for studio time and all this other stuff. You didn't have like Pro Tools and everything like that. That came towards like the end of the 90s and the early 2000s where you can do everything from home. And I didn't have the financial means to do that. I always knew I wanted to be kind of not a mastermind, but I wanted to assist creatives in the best way possible to create an atmosphere where they can be their best selves. But I always wanted that. I always wanted to be around creatives and help facilitate their dreams or whatever. But I never had the means to do that. And it's like now, this year, I'm finding out that I can actually build the means to do that. And that's my passion. Mm-hmm. It's like like I love the creative aspect, but I'm always more on the more like the logistics side of it.
Technical aspect.
Yeah, the technical aspect of the creativity. Like, how can I serve as a creative? How can I make sure that you have what you need in order to be your best self? I love the podcast. I feel like this is creative too, but it's just like when we went into, well, I guess we can start. Well, I guess because Marcus is out right now, our other partner or whatever on the podcast, he's out right now because unfortunately he contacted COVID, and so he's going to be out for a little while. He's in good spirits. I think his only symptom right now is just like a loss of taste and smell right now.
Yeah.
But he's in good spirits. He's going to call us in a little while. So we'll be talking to him in a little while. But but I just think that, you know, us being a team that's doing a podcast and then moving on to like doing like video production projects, I think that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think I don't think I saw it coming, but when it came, I was like, okay, next step. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, did you see it coming?
I saw something coming because, like, honestly, it as far as podcasting, I got to look at the greats for me. Like, and like the great for me right now is like the Joe Budden podcast. I think they're doing almost everything right. And I think the whole purpose of the Joe Budden podcast is like just a group of friends who are in the industry in some shape or form. Like Parks is an engineer. Rory does his thing in the music industry. Joe's, of course, like a veteran rapper or whatever. Then you got Maul that does his shit or whatever. They're all in the industry tied together. Mm-hmm. And they have all these connections and they come together on a podcast to distill that information and talk about their life in the industry. I think that's fucking dope. And our podcast, I didn't want our podcast to kind of just spin around in circles. I see so many, and not to judge anybody else's podcast, but I see so many people talking just to talk. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, how much value are we bringing to people, you know, having our personal conversations and our opinions about stuff that may not be relevant to the audience that they're listening to. So I wanted to bring some value because the first time I started listening to Joe Budden's podcast for real was when he was talking about the Spotify deal. He started distilling so much information and then like pulling back the curtain. And I was like, I was so interested. I was learning something. And I want to be in our industry of like video production and podcasting and producing different projects like commercials. And we're going to eventually start branching on to doing TV shows, and a podcast, at least from my perspective, is going to start distilling that information and letting people know that it's more accessible to them to do those type of things than they initially thought. Yeah. That's my purpose.
I think from what I saw it, because I think to a certain extent, I felt we were going down that route of, like, I was like, we would stick to certain subjects, and I'm like, nah, we more than that.
Right.
Well, I don't even think we both. Well, you probably didn't know which route I probably was coming at.
No,
it was more like we first started with the podcast. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, we could do so much more.
Right.
And then like one day you was like, you need to get your fucking music out, and I was like, you know what? I need to start putting my fucking music out.
Right.
And I think it was either that night or the next day. I was like, I'm just going to release the shit, even though to me it wasn't finished, but everybody fucking with the song right now, so that's cool.
You talking about the Rain Therapy one?
Yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah. And see, that's the thing. I want all of our creative endeavors to service each other. Mm-hmm. I never want this podcast to get in the way of you producing music, because I'm a fan of your music. Even if I didn't know you hearing your music, I'd be like, I fuck with that dude. I like his music. So for me to start a podcast and then you join it and this is all you do now, I would feel like I'd be doing a disservice.
Nah,
and I know you wouldn't let that happen.
Hell no.
But at the same time, it's just like, if I felt like I was in any way stopping you from like producing on the level that you need to produce, I would feel guilty about that.
That's why I think like even though we do different projects or whatever, I always got to dedicate time to me.
Right.
Hold on, let me see.
Is that Marcus calling in?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Hey,
Hello?
what's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Hey, what's
What
up?
up?
You on a podcast?
I'm live.
You live,
Yeah,
bro.
you
You
live.
All right, so go ahead and do your intro, bro.
Hey, it's your boy Marcus, aka COVID. Your boy got COVID.
COVID Poppy today.
Oh,
Captain COVID. Yeah, it's no joke. Like, shout out to all the people who's going through it, whatever, right now. But Marcus, I'm glad you're in great spirits right now and feeling okay. So, like, are you feeling good?
Yeah. I mean, I lost the taste and smell, but other than that, I'm straight. I can't complain at all. There's a lot of people out here with it that's got it that's going through way worse.
Okay.
So I'm fortunate.
Okay, yeah. Please get better. Take care of yourself. Eat some soup. Whatever you got to do, because we need you back on a pod, bro.
Hell yeah, man. How y'all boys doing? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Fucking made it.
Yeah, we made it. Like, some of the things that we was talking, like, we only like 15 minutes into it or whatever, but some of the things we was talking about is just trying to figure out the plans for and not just a podcast, but for creators in general. Like, what's our, like, because, I've been practicing, like, writing down, like, a vision board and stuff like that, just trying to figure out what I want to do. Do you have any ideas, Marcus, of, like, where do you think we're going as a collective?
Man, I mean, what I appreciate and what I'm just looking for is like the opportunity to like explore what I want to do. Like, I mean, if 2020 taught us anything, it's like do what you want to do, explore yourself, find your passion, because like life is short and this shit can be taken from you in a second. So figure out what you want to do, what make you happy.
Exactly.
And like that 404 creators is like that collective, that space, that mind frame that I appreciate, that I need right now.
Yeah, and you know what? And it's crazy because I love hearing that from creative people. Now, before you joined 404 Creators, did you consider yourself a creative person? Did you have any endeavors that you was working on that you might have been putting on the back burner, or is this like your first kind of like opportunity, like really flex your creative muscles?
No, like I mean, I wouldn't classify myself as like a creative, because there's a lot of people out there like just living that creative lifestyle. But like I really enjoy playing music. I got a music degree.
Well, shit,
so,
shit, that qualifies you to me.
No, but yeah, I just like got a music degree. Like, I enjoy playing trombone. So like just like being able to use that, I guess that part of my mind again was something that I was really, really appreciating and enjoying.
Good, that's dope.
I didn't know you played trombone.
You what? Well, you got some innuendo? You got some innuendo?
No, man. I'm just saying, I ain't never seen you in Midtown. No, man.
But yeah, no, man. Love playing jazz trombone. Jazz in particularly.
That's what's up, man.
That's dope. Yo, well, shit, speaking of jazz, I saw Soul last night. Was it last night?
I keep hearing about that shit, but I ain't watched it yet.
It's really good.
Bruh.
But I seen like the pictures of like the fat asses and shit. I was
Yo, but that's Pixar. Though. I don't know why Pixar be like giving everybody like all these cheeks or whatever.
Pixar is incredible.
Them Pixar characters be having Meg bodies.
Yeah, they really do. Yeah, yeah, but
But for real, Soul was a fucking amazing movie, man. Watch that shit. I cried.
Yeah,
Really?
It
It's
was
emotional?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yes.
It's really good. Yep, everybody in it did an amazing job. It's a super black movie, but it's like one of those movies where, like, there's no downside. Like they're just it's a celebration of blackness. Like, it's one part where the main character, he walks into the shop where his mom, because his mom is a seamstress, Felicia Rashad plays his mother, and they're playing Erykah Badu. Like just shit like that, little small stuff like that, and it's not even like a single. It's like a deep cut.
So you felt the same way when like you watched Black Panther for the first time?
Yes,
that type of vibe.
I'm surprised that Disney went this black and something like that, and just celebrated black culture.
Now,
I mean, and like I appreciate like the there's a scene in a barbershop, and just understanding the importance of like a barbershop in the black community. Like that scene was a lot too.
Yeah. This movie was really created by people who were in like in our culture, who understood it inside and out and understood like the different nuances of who we are and what makes us proud to be who we are.
Gotcha.
It was like different levels to this shit. It was just like it celebrated like the whole diaspora of who we are, and I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was a good movie.
Yeah, you gonna love it, bro. You gonna love it.
I'll check it out. I got so much shit to check out though.
I know.
got on the back burner.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
since we got Marcus on the phone for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? We can I guess we can talk about the experience that we just had producing the show Far From Home for
Yeah.
Creative Mike the Rapper.
yeah. So
At Dope Coffee.
exactly. So for those of you that don't know this out there listening, 404 Creators, we started off as a podcast, obviously, and we appreciate y'all joining us like every week or whatever. But we started a collaboration with Mike Lloyd from Dope Coffee and Dope Coffee Music. He's the CEO of Dope Coffee and Dope Coffee Music, and he just came out with an album called Spinach that's available on SoundCloud. Y'all got to check it out. So it's him and his cousin Stace Lloyd, and they wanted to go in and do like a live concert similar to like Tiny Desk or whatever, and we wound up producing that that concert for them, and it turned out amazing. It's available on YouTube. It's a Far From Home concert, and you can find it on YouTube on our YouTube channel 404 Creators, or you can go to Dope Coffee Music and check out the video over there too.
And I think actually he just put out the main song Spinach out on Spotify. So
Okay.
if you want to check
Yep.
out Spinach on Spotify with Creative Mike the Rapper, check that out also.
So as far as you, Levert, like, were you surprised that that's what we do now? Like, is that something that you enjoyed? Is that something that we do as 404 Creators now? Would you say that? Would you say that we're concert directors now? Concert,
I wouldn't say I'm a concert director. I would say you could be a concert director. I'm still like, it's like, listen, like that's the thing though. Everybody got their own little niche or niche or whatever. Like,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm still sitting my ass in my lane of being an artist and a creative, because oftentimes you can be a jack of all trades but being master of none. And what I was trying to say before Marcus got on was like, I want to dedicate some time to myself, because I feel like by working at my previous job, I never really dedicated that much time to myself. And now that I'm out, ain't no fucking way I'm gonna put myself back on the shelf when I'm up at bat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why I'm trying to, like, I guess, be more of a time management type of person, because I'm a part of 404 Creators, but I'm also an artist myself.
Right.
And that would be a disservice to myself to just get out here and be like, nah, I'm gonna put my shit back on the shelf. 2020 taught me that I could be here today and be gone tomorrow.
Right.
At least I have some shit out that when I'm gone or whatever, people can listen to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And as somebody as my partner or whatever who stoked my fire and say, hey, motherfucker, you need to get out there and do your shit. Ain't no fucking way you gonna open up the fucking gas chamber and want me to close that shit back.
Right.
So my fire is lit right now to still create and shit like that. And yeah, it was dope to actually be in another lane of like producing with Creative Mike, and like didn't realize like I said, my entire life, like I've been prepared for certain shit that we had to go through, even have to produce that show.
Right.
Because everybody had the lane, and my lane was more on the audio side of
You was the audio
running
engineer.
the boards.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, like I actually know a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like in the audio lane, you know what I'm saying? Started with my brothers, with my dad. Like, shout out to my dad, because I was always a singer when I was a kid or whatever. But he bought us our first like recording equipment and keyboard and stuff like that.
Got you.
So it's like when you said like people, you couldn't do certain shit because you was poor. I had a dope dad, and like when my sister she played basketball and stuff like that, he wanted to make sure that he took care of his sons, and he knew we was always musically inclined.
Okay.
So he bought shit for us.
Okay.
So shout out to my dad, you know what I'm saying, for always being there for us.
Shout out.
Like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, always.
father.
Hell yeah. I wouldn't be here without him. I got his name, you know what I'm saying? Levert. So, like, I could definitely say, like, without that, I wouldn't be where I am today.
That's
in regards
awesome.
to, we self-taught ourselves, like, how to record and stuff like that, dealing with audio and shit. And I'm like, I was running the board. I'm like, bro, I didn't expect to be running the board, but I know how to do that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then, like, and the way we did it, it wasn't like, it wasn't what's the right word? I had to think outside of the box in order to get everything to work. Because when it comes to audio, it's all about inputs and outputs, and it's kind of a puzzle. It's a puzzle, but when you figure it out.
Because I remember the first rehearsal that we did when we was running, like when you was running all the fucking lines out of this board into that board into the Apex into that shit into that
bro, I was like
out of the Rodecaster, and it was like, nah, let's not use the Rodecaster, and yeah, let's go and use this, and it just that part of it, I was just like, I ain't want no parts of that. I'm just like, as long I trusted you to take care of the audio, I'm like, you got that.
I didn't trust myself at first because the thing is, like with audio, it's like. By it's been a puzzle. It's like I had to, like the first night I had to sit with it,
right?
Because I was talking to Mike, because Mike is actually an audio engineer himself, and there's certain lingo and jargon that we use that other people don't know about,
right?
And it's like I'm like, we shouldn't be doing it this way, but I had to utilize what we had in order to make shit work,
right?
And then the next one I was like, okay, I got it,
got you,
and I figure shit out, and then and that's the easy part. The other hard part is like the post.
Yeah.
Post is hard because like we didn't have a well-treated room, so we had to work what we had to work with.
Right.
And then I listened to I'm like, I'm always going to be hard on myself because I always want to strive better in this lane of being a creative.
Right.
I never want to become complacent. If I'm working at a certain place that I'm not passionate about, I'll be complacent. But when it comes to this, like it's a part of my soul with it, I'm like, I want to be harder on myself, so the shit will sound. I listen to him like, damn, this shit don't sound half bad.
Yeah,
it don't sound half bad.
So before we get to like the post production of it, Marcus, what was your experience with recording a Far From Home concert?
Nah, man, I fucking loved it. And like even the end product is amazing.
Yeah.
Nah, but like Levert was saying, like the thinking outside of the box is like what I enjoyed the most, and like thinking outside the box, but not in a bad way. Like it's like in a fun, good way. You know, like in regular life, you're doing a 9 to 5. Like that shit is thankless. You ain't thinking at all.
Right.
This was like you were getting to be creative in ways you couldn't even imagine. So like just the opportunity, like that's what I really enjoyed. And like even going forward, just doing it more. But even like like you mentioned, putting it down on paper so we have a plan for how we want to move forward with it. That's what I'm most excited for. And again, like you all said, shout out Mike, shout out Stace, Shell, Joe, Bree, the whole Dope Coffee crew for allowing us an opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, because
hey, and I just want to take a time to shout out Marcus because it was his first time running and gunning with the cameras, and I was like, this nigga did a dope ass job.
Marcus, like for you really did an amazing job. You like a lot of the shots that you got. I mean, because like I set up 2 stationary shots, and I just wanted to make sure that those go right. But you were the creative as far as like catching the right angles. Like you were a great videographer. Like you had a great eye for like finding like the best way to capture everybody, and I really appreciate that. Like that was some dope ass shit.
Nah, I appreciate y'all allowing me to like explore it and shit. Like I feel like there was some angles like, damn, I wish we had another camera because we could have got this.
Exactly.
I know.
I think we all went through that.
We all said the same thing. Like, fuck it, we just had one more camera. Fuck, it would have been insane because it was one shot towards the end where you just caught this perfect angle of Mike just straight down the fucking alley, and I was just like, man, I wish that was one of our static shots. But it's all good. I mean, I'm kind of euphoric. I'm kind of high. Like every time I look at the video, I just get like a great feeling. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to pick it apart and be like, oh, next time we're going to do this better. We're going to do that better. I want to change that up. I want to kind of do more of that because I love that. I want to do more of that or whatever. So I'm going to pick it apart in a couple of weeks and just try to make it better because honestly, I want to do this more. I can't wait to do your concert, Levert. So it's just like everything. I want everything that we do to kind of feed other things. Like I want to direct another concert. So but I want to do yours now.
That's the whole thing of like when we started the podcast, all we had to do was like I tell everybody, nothing got to be perfect when it comes to being a creative because all it really is an art piece. Whatever you do is your fucking canvas. It can be messy, it can be straight, it can be whatever. So we started a podcast. We were just going down a road, you know what I'm saying? And then my fucking mind of like, bro, like this could be so much bigger than what it was. Because what I do is just like when I had a conversation years ago with Mike, and he was talking about the culture of dope coffee. That sold me when I heard about the culture, and I'm listening to like you talking about 404 creators, like you want 404 creators all working together and shit like that. I'm like,
Absolutely.
oh, we definitely about to have some fucking fun with this shit.
Hell yeah.
Because like we can talk about Marvel and Netflix all day, but the thing is, we are creatives. We just don't talk about shit.
Right.
We do shit.
Yeah.
We are more than a fucking podcast.
And that's the thing about it. Is like, even when I even thought about the idea for 404 creators, it kind of started off with, you know, with me just riding my electric skateboard around town. Mm-hmm. And then I wanted to record it because I'm like, damn, that's some cool ass shit. A black dude riding an electric skateboard, riding around. And then I started meeting a whole bunch of other people. So I bought a camera to like record that, a 360 camera. But then I'm just like, I'm not telling the full story of how cool it is to ride an electric skateboard around Atlanta. So I wanted to do a podcast to try to talk about the people and talk with the people who I rode with. I'm like, that was cool, but then I didn't want to get pigeonholed into just talking about electric skateboards. So I'm like, I needed to bring you on so we can talk about more shit. And then all we talked about was Marvel, which is awesome. I fucking love Marvel. I'm the biggest fanboy in the world. Then the
pandemic happened and Marvel wasn't putting out shit.
Exactly. Then nobody was putting out shit. So it's like, how do you get pigeonholed about talking about, oh, I can't wait for a Marvel movie to come out. I can't. You know what I mean? You're going to get stuck.
Because like, look, by the time Marvel come out with some shit, I'm already have some shit out.
And that's another thing. Shit. And that's another thing. And I feel like that's another thing with this pandemic. Like, I'm not thinking a pandemic, but I have to learn how to pull out the good things out of it. And what it did is like there was a whole lot less content out there. Mm-hmm. So it's like, and I started peeling it back and saying, damn, you know what? Instead of me watching all these people who make all this shit, how come I just can't make it? What's the barrier for me making some shit that I see people do every single day?
Like, side note, when I'm, you know what I'm saying, watching content online, like if I'm watching a porno, why not me make a porno? You know what I'm saying? Why not me be the talent? You know what I'm saying? I got plenty of meat to beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go. Like, we can do all types of shit. OnlyFans coming soon. But I'm saying, like,
yo, when you started saying you was gonna have an OnlyFans, I thought you was joking. I know for a fact now this is not a fucking joke. This is not a drill.
You gotta speak shit into existence.
Some of these IG models need to come talk to you. Let them produce you. You need to produce it.
You don't just get the creme de la creme de filet mignon in the beginning. It's negotiations that need to happen.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't need no distractions right now. I need to sit with my music and shit.
Right.
And I'm thinking about painting too. So it's like so much shit we can do.
Yeah. But honestly, like that's the thing about it is, and it's so many things I'm not even thinking about. Like as far as 404 creators, what I want us to be, just like I say all the time, I want us to actually be 404 creators, as well as like a whole bunch of local people getting together and having their talents feed each other. The whole plan really is to like have a facility, like similar to like what they do, like what Nipsey Hussle and Dave Grohl did over in the Crenshaw district. Just have a space where people can just come together and be their best creative selves. So we can actually allow, provide them with the proper tools and the proper resources to do what they need to do, to show them that it don't have to be like all these big ass studios or these big ass record labels or anything like that. You don't have to be with them. You can be independent. You can own your own art. You can own your own masters.
Yeah. And
you can do what you need to do. And there's a support system that we have in 404 Creators that will allow you to do that. Because honestly, like I want, in some aspect, I want us to be like kind of like, I want us to provide all the services that a record label would provide. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have, we'll help you out with the publishing, with your lawyers, with your trademarks, with your patents, everything that you're trying to do with your promotion, as far as like social media promotion, as far as merch, as far as touring, all the stuff that a typical record label would do, we would do that for musical artists, for television personalities. Whatever you do, we can provide those services for you, and all of our talents feed each other. We'll have studios and everything that you would need. It'd just be like a one-stop shop facility for creative people in this area. Like, I have a vision for it. We're slowly just building towards that. Like, I see so many things for us.
It's like, even like the collective, the think tank, like, it's so much. It's like, I feel like it's going to be like Bourbon Street. Like, like you keep walking down Bourbon Street, you see this, you see that, you see this bar, you see that bar. But then you come to my area, that's when you got to turn around because you don't know. That's when you go down Bourbon Street, you get to a certain part, you got to turn around.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I got to a certain point in Bourbon Street. I was like, I was like, hey, this ain't none of my business.
That's when you see the Leviticus files. Like, do you really want to go down here?
I'm like,
but that shit would be dope though. Like a whole strip of like fucking creatives and just
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we can have like a whole facility just full of people, just like say a musical artist like yourself comes in. We got in-house producers, we got in-house engineers, so you don't have to do everything on your own. In-house producers, in-house engineers, we got copyright lawyers, we got you know patents, we got people who actually print out your merch. So we can film your concert, film your tour, and then after that. We got commemorative like shirts to like show about your merch.
One-stop shop.
Just a 404 Creators could be a one-stop shop for all creatives in this area. And even outside of this area, like if you're coming to Atlanta to like interview like an artist or something like that, you don't have to find it. Like we have a studio right for you to sit there and interview people. Yeah. You like whatever you actually need.
You trying to be like a salute to Tyler Perry because he got a whole fucking campus, a film industry.
Yeah, Tyler Perry is one of my heroes as far as what he's done. Like, in complete disclosure, I don't love his content, but I love his moves. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. Like, I admire him as a person. It's similar to like the rapper Russ. Mm-hmm. This motherfucker been out for I have never heard not one of his songs. But I've listened to him talk for like fucking hours though. Like I could watch an interview. I could watch him talk for hours.
I just got one of his Audible books.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah, that's dope.
I had got it. Well, I saw it on YouTube, but I was like, let me go ahead and purchase it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's in my my Audible account, so I'm gonna check it out. I prefer listening to books than reading them.
Right.
I don't know what's the thing. Like when I'm walking or like riding down the highway, whatever, I like listening to books at times.
Okay. Yeah, but that's the thing too. Like I see us having a fucking book too.
And I also got the other book, Audible. I saw Mike was reading it, like the 12-week
year.
Yeah, I got that. I got the Audible book too, so I'm gonna check that one out too.
Okay, that's dope.
Something to feed the soul. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all, I'm with the shits. Every now and then I'll feed myself some good shit.
Yeah, I just feel like this year is a year for me learning so much more shit. Learning what I need to, because.
But I'm saying, like, even with that whole Dope Coffee project, I feel like we did more in that time period than we probably ever did at our regular jobs.
Absolutely. And I was way more passionate about it too. Like I didn't I didn't just kind of just walk through that shit. Like I was really serious. Like
at no point in time that we walk in.
I was obsessed.
To the facility where it was like, I'm just looking at the clock like I do at a regular job. Like, I can't wait to get the fuck up out of here.
Yo, I think for like 2 days, we was there like all fucking day. All day long. We left for a little while. We went to go grab something to eat. I think I rode my skateboard around Georgia Tech for a little while.
Yeah.
And came right back with it. And I wasn't like staring at the clock.
Nah. I mean,
I just
even
wanted
like,
it to be right.
I think the last day of editing, and I went to Dope Coffee because I wanted to get out of the house. Because sometimes when you at home, sometimes you just want to get away from home because sometimes home can feel too much like home, and it can like your body acts a certain way. Like if you get off work and you say you're gonna do some shit when you get home, and you like it seems like you're home. I just want to rest.
Yeah.
So I was like, nah, let me go to the office and I started editing. That's when my mind just started opening up. And even when I was being creative, I wasn't creative 24/7. Sometimes I check on my Instagram a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Chill out for a little bit. Then I get back to it. And that was fun. Like,
yeah.
I can see someone on Instagram and I was like, oh, I came up with an idea.
Yeah. So Marcus, like as far as these creative endeavors that we're jumping into, like me and you are still the holdouts. Like me and you still got like regular 9-to-5 jobs. Like, could you see 404 Creators turning into like your real job, like your only way of actually making money?
No, absolutely. Like I truly believe there's gonna come a point to where us going to work doing the 9-to-5 is like that's costing us more money than that's costing us more money than what we would have actually made if we just committed to it fully.
Absolutely. I say that all the time. I say that all the time. I feel like, yes, and exactly what you said. I feel like there's going to be a point where me actually clocking in at work is going to cost me money, and it's going to cost me my peace of mind. Like, and the thing is, it is weird because like the job that I have right now is and I'm not just saying that this is the absolute best job I've ever had in my entire life. They give me enough autonomy. They give me enough freedom to pursue what I want to do. But at the end of the day, it's still a job. It's still me working to fulfill somebody else's goals and what they want to do.
I just don't think that you realize it yet, but you just being fooled by Mysterio. You'll figure it out though.
I'm being fooled by that fucking check. If Mysterio is that check, yes, I'm being fooled by that check.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, people realize it takes time to come to that realization. We all got to come to that realization to a certain extent.
I think it's probably like, and yeah, ain't nothing wrong with it. And salute to the people who continue to do it.
I'm saying, so y'all not going to like do the whole Dame Dash rant where if y'all got a job, you calling your boss daddy and shit.
I mean, don't you call your boss daddy? No, when he come in, you button up a little bit. Your cheeks get a little bit tighter. He walk in with no lube. Warren, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Get your ass to work. Get your ass to work.
Nah, he like what's that? The episode of the Boondocks with the Booty Warriors.
Oh shit! We can do this the easy way or the hard way. The choice is yours.
No, but
But I'm saying though, like, bro, like I think when everything happened, when everything transpired with me, and then I was like, damn, this feels good to have some sort of freedom. Mm-hmm. Even though I had freedom in my time, it wasn't like real freedom because it's like I always had to answer to somebody,
right?
And I hated answering to somebody. And salute to my former manager, but shit, I want to be the fucking king. Mm-hmm. I want to be the fucking boss.
Absolutely,
you know what I'm saying? Because I love working with that person, but I always wanted my own. I feel like, why the fuck I got to answer to somebody,
right?
Even with my free time I had there.
Yeah, and I do feel like so like I don't know exactly how you guys are looking at what we're doing as 4 creators, like turning it into it being more and more of a business, but I do feel like it is in some ways is actually going to be a service based business where we provide the services and the resources for people. So we still would kind of have to answer to people, but only the people that we want to answer to. Like I look at Mike and everybody at Dope Coffee when we did their concert, the Far From Home concert. I looked at them as a client, and I felt like we were working. Not, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like
they were. Well,
it was a collaborative effort.
It was a collaborative effort, but I was saying like when people are. But I think it would be a little bit different with Mike because he's also in the creative. But when in this lane, when people trust you with your own work, it's not really like they're over you.
No, it never
because
felt
like I would ask certain questions and he's like, "Nah, bro, I trust you."
Yeah, and it's like even working with them, it's just like there were points where I would suggest something. He's like, "No, fucking tell me what to do."
That's what I'm saying.
Like step up and tell. And it's turning me into a different.
That's why I would say that even throughout this experience, I felt more respect per se with Dope Coffee than I ever felt at my other job.
Right. Absolutely.
Because I felt like you can get it. Okay, we have, which I hate. That's the reason I hate fucking meetings. Because I feel like I'm here just to sit my ass in this seat to listen to you.
This ain't got shit to do with me.
It ain't got shit to do with me.
Yeah.
But I feel
and
like
I have no say so.
No, the conversations that we were having, it was like you want to hear your fucking self talk.
Yeah.
And it's not for the betterment of everybody. It's for the betterment of the particular group. I'm not saying like for everybody as individuals, but for the particular group where they see their vision going. I'm like, I got visions.
Right.
I got premonitions.
Yeah.
And I see this shit not going to where I want to go to.
Right. Exactly.
Like, come on now.
Yeah. Most of the time, if you're at work and like they're having a meeting, you it's no point in you being there because all they're doing is telling you what you're about to do. They're not asking you for your input.
Exactly. You could have emailed me all this shit.
And just tell me what the fuck to do. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when you was working with Dope Coffee, and then like I love being around that facility. And shout out to people who create that and work there because y'all don't even realize how good you got it. Just to be in that type of atmosphere, learning from a black man that's been through business, that's been through the ups and has been through the downs, telling you you don't have to go down this lane, or as a black man you should do this and this and that because I done been there before. That is phenomenal. That is dope.
Yeah, it's
trying to put some money into your pocket, but into your mind also.
Yeah,
because in order for him to elevate, you have to elevate yourselves, and don't realize it. By the work we did, we elevated within ourselves.
Absolutely.
Quickly.
Absolutely.
Because there was times where I was like, well, I feel a little bit of pressure right here.
Oh no,
Like-
I was completely absorbed with that shit. What about you, Marcus? Did you feel a lot of pressure in there, or was it like I'm saying, was it a good type of pressure, or did it feel overwhelming at certain points?
Nah, that ain't what we did. Ain't pressure. That was
Got you.
that was fun. That was fun. That pressure, nah, not an ounce.
Oh,
Okay.
if you ain't feel it, it's coming.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I I wasn't nervous. I wasn't upset. Like it wasn't the type of pressure that I've dealt with at other jobs before. But it was a certain type of pressure to get it right, to make sure, because I want this. I wanted the final form of our project. Excuse me. I wanted the final form of our project to be something that we could shop around and show people. And I'm always saying this, but I wanted it to be a proof of concept. I wanted people to be able to look at this and say, damn, these motherfuckers produce a great podcast, and they also did a pivot and did this too. Mm-hmm. And like, that's the whole thing I want to do personally. Like, as far as like you, Levert, like you are a creative person, and I understand that some aspects of For Creators will probably like get in the way of your personal endeavors. But for me personally, I'm completely open, because like my creativity is tied to other people's creativity. So it's like, I want to be a facilitator for you to do what you want. So like, if I'm looking at you and I see that you not doing, like, you're not producing enough music, like, what do you need? Like, what resources do you need? Like,
But
what,
even I
you need time, you need studio time. What the fuck you need? You need a space. You need
like,
headphones. What you need?
you see everything that you just said, right?
Yeah.
Now pivot that back to where you're working at. Have you ever had that experience?
No.
Exactly.
No.
That's what you call freedom.
Yeah.
Real support.
Yeah.
Not supporting me in a way that you need me to be a cog in your system.
Nah.
Because everybody has strengths and weaknesses. But look at people's strengths. Not, we need you to go take these classes because we need somebody to be strong in this little lane right here. But that's not what the fuck I want to do.
Nah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like my job is complete by making sure other people got their projects off the ground and done.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I I think our bond is unbreakable, even though sometimes you get on my fucking nerves. You know what I'm saying? But to have somebody that's always in your corner and be like, "Hey, motherfucker, like, what you doing? Like, you gonna bring out some?" I would have never put out no music or whatever. He's like, "Nah, just put that shit out." You know what I'm saying? I was like, for the longest, that shit was just sitting on the shelves. And now that I'm in this lane, it's like, I definitely if anything goes platinum, whatever, I'm like, my thing, my first speech, thanks, Warren. You know
Appreciate
what I'm
it.
saying?
Appreciate
Appreciate you for getting me back in this corner, man. Cause man, it feels good.
Yeah, and I
It
mean,
feels fucking amazing.
I just want to be able to see that in people, and just even with you, Marcus, it's just I'm to for you to actually learn a camera as fast as you did, is as great as you did. I see it, I don't know what you want to do. I don't know how many different hats you want to try to wear, but you are great in that lane already. And I hope you seeing your final product and seeing your contribution helps you try to figure out what else the fuck you want to do.
Exactly. That's the point. This is truly this is none that I've done before. This is outside of music. This is true expression to a certain extent.
Great.
That's what's up. Because I think it would have been hard if it was just me and you.
Hell yeah, no, bro. I could not. Marcus,
I mean, I've been trying to clone myself for a minute, but that shit ain't happening.
Marcus, I'm so glad you was able to be there all fucking day too. It would have been damn near impossible because Levert was doing the audio engineering side of it, and I didn't even want to get in the way. I felt like if I even went on that side of the room, I was
out.
Yeah, exactly. I would have kicked I would have tripped over something or fucking hit a knob, or I was like, I trust y'all.
I would have hit you with that. Can I help you?
I was like, y'all, I trust y'all. You guys are in the right zone. Shit. Y'all know what y'all was doing. And as far as Marcus, when you was working that camera, I'm just like, you got it. You got it. It was really only two things that I wanted to get. When Shell came up and did her part for the song Venus, a fucking awesome song. I love that. I love the whole set.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to make sure that she was captured properly and you got it. And then I wanted a couple good creative shots of Stace when he was back there like banging on a drum machine or whatever. Aside from that, everything else was you. Like I just wanted you to be just be Picasso, just paint however the fuck you wanted to paint with that camera, and you did it. You killed it, bro. You killed it.
Exactly. Hey, Ryan Coogler, I'm coming for you.
Exactly. No, but
John Singleton is a motherfucker.
And you know what? It's funny. It's crazy because you say it, and then I laughed at first. I'm like, no, that motherfucker better watch his back. Like seriously, seriously, like this is not like we can laugh and joke about like, oh yeah, we're gonna be the next blah blah blah. Who the fuck? But no, why is that funny? You know what I'm saying?
Everybody laughs until they don't.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Oh.
Yeah, because it's like honestly, shout out to all the people out there doing podcasts. Like I love it, but for every podcaster, and it's like I'm in contact with a lot of them. I'm not gonna say their name right now. Well, no, I mean,
shout them out.
No.
Who we fucking with?
Well, no, I do fuck with a lot of people. It's the like real heavy, the Two Black Boys podcast.
Salute to y'all.
I fuck with them heavy. They are some dope ass dudes, and they've been doing a lot of good interviews and stuff like that. Like, and they really fuck with us. Like, they watch our content, they listen to it, and they provide a lot of support. My only thing about like, not them so much because I feel like they got a good handle on what they're doing. Some people, the podcast, they're very entertaining, but I'm like, why are you doing it? Because it's not really a whole lot of money in podcasting. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, what's the purpose? Because I never wanted us to get into the point where we're talking just to talk. Like, I wanted to have some purpose. And sometimes we get into conversations that, maybe only us are entertained by. But for the most part, I do want to provide value for people. And if you don't get nothing else out of this episode, is that use your podcast, use your voice to try to branch out and do other things. Mm-hmm. And then come back to your podcast and talk about those things and try to educate people on what's out there in the world. Like in Atlanta, especially in Atlanta, there's so many different industries that you can support. There's so many different industries that you can jump into. And I've been seeing it as a passive kind of content consumer. And like now we're being creatives, and we're like, the more we're out there, the more we can come back and provide value for you and teach you and tell you what's out there. Cause that's my goal, to try to educate y'all and like, yo, this is what's going on. This is how easy it is to break into this industry. This is how easy it is to make connections. And that's all I really want to do. I want to be able to connect people and actually show people how accessible their talents really are. Yeah. Marcus, you got anything to talk about to wrap this up? Because I don't know. I think we said a lot this time.
Hey, nah, man. I'm just looking forward to getting back in the studio with y'all, man.
Yeah.
Like, get past this COVID shit and get back locked in for 2021.
How many days you got left?
About 3 more days.
Okay.
I'll get retested on Tuesday. Okay. Hopefully get the all clear, and we can get back in it.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm taking my test on Monday. And I should have the result. I mean, I'm not feeling any symptoms. I'm feeling great or whatever, but I still want to just take one just in case or whatever. So I'm taking one on Monday. I should have the results by like Wednesday. So next pod, we back at it.
Hey. Maybe not.
Oh yeah, because you gotta
I'm gonna be going through the wire.
Okay, yeah. So damn, I forgot. Yeah, so it's gonna be 2 of us again. So I guess next week it's gonna be me and Marcus on there.
I'll be talking like this next time.
Talking like yeah.
Trying your titter.
Yeah.
He's gonna be doing the sounds in the hands.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but
I'm getting some work in my mouth done, y'all. So just letting y'all know.
Yeah,
I might be out for an extended period of time.
Hey, say a prayer for your boy.
Yeah, you'll bounce back quick. I know that.
Yeah,
but so like I said, I love doing a podcast. The podcast is never going to stop. Like I really think we're going to be able to use this as a tool to like disseminate information and let y'all know what's going out there and what moves we're actually making. And I know it's going to provide a lot of value for y'all to educate everybody and entertain and just let y'all know the stories and how great it is to really produce. But the project that we've been talking about is the Far From Home concert that we produced with Dope Coffee Music. It's fucking amazing. Go on our YouTube channel and check it out. Go on Dope Coffee Music channel or check it out over there. it's really a great
Spinach
project.
on Spotify.
Spinach is on Spotify. Check it out.
Yeah.
All right. I think we out.
Feels good to be home.
Feels good to be back. Like, yo, we took way too much time off, but I'm glad we're back though.
Way too much time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my song. That's my song.
You miss it, right? Woo! Thank you. Thank you for the applause. It feels really good to be back. 2021, that's crazy. It's gonna
2021.
It's gonna be a great year. A real great year for creativity. Yeah, I know. I ain't gonna jinx
You
it.
better pause.
Yeah. It's gonna be a year. I'll say that. All right, then we out.
Yeah.
We out.
Deuces.